Hello and welcome to the Camp app. This tutorial is to help you use all the Camp app features and kind of go through some of the ins and outs, some of the benefits, how to maximize your experience using all the different features that the app has to offer. So the first thing I want to note before we get into it when it comes to using the features, we get a lot of feedback from our camp parents that are on the app, things that they want to see, from camp directors while they're using it. And one of the number one things that comes back is they want to see as much information as possible. So some of this stuff you may not use every single day, but try your best to at least put things in there for the parents to see. Make posts every once in a while at the frequency that you're comfortable with, and keep sending information out. As much as you can. Get as much in the app as possible. If you're going to have parents on there for your next camp, the last thing you want to do is have them show up to the app and there's nothing ever posted there and there's no information, and it's just not utilized as much as it could be. So we get that a lot from parents that the app was great, but we wish our camp would have posted more. So take that into consideration using a tool like this. It's a communication tool. It's meant to get all this stuff to parents, and to engage with them, to kind of give them an inside look at your program, through pictures and videos and newsfeed posts, and all the cool things that you guys do at camp. So use it, as much as you can throughout the program, and your parents will be greatly appreciative of it. Okay, so when you first log in, you come to your dashboard here, and all the app functions are on your left hand menu here. So the first thing you need to do before you use the app at all is you need to set up your camps, and then you need to onboard your participants. So we have other tutorials on how to do that, to get things set up, to get things structured. It's also step by step in our user guides. All that can be found on the support page of our website at thesummercampsource.com. And once you get everything set up and structured the way you want it to, and your participants are added and they're starting to sign on the app, uh, then hop on this tutorial and we're going to show you all the features that you have access to and how to use each and every one of them. Okay, so I'm going to start in our camp list real quick just to show you how we have this example set up, because it'll apply when we start to show you how to post different things. So right now we have just one camp set up with three different camp groups: the week 1 of camp, week 2 of camp, and week 3 of camp. So setting it up this way is going to give us the ability to not only send things to the entire camp, but send specific things to each one of those different groups. So when you get to each function here on your left hand menu, it's gonna ask you, which camp and which camp group you want to send that post to, and then only the participants that are connected to that specific camp or camp group are the ones that are going to receive that information. Again, check out the tutorial for creating your camps and camp groups if you haven't already, and that'll help you set all this up prior. And then you're going to use the app login screen here to import your roster to those specific camps and camp groups. And then we're going to get started posting. So the first feature I want to show you is our camp newsfeed. So the camp newsfeed is basically the homepage of the mobile side of the app, where your parents are going to be, and they're going to be receiving all this information. Anything that you put into the app, whether it's a post, a message, uploading pictures, whatever, is going to immediately send a push notification to your parents' phone to let them know that there's something new there for them to see, and to go check it out, regardless of what it is. And the first thing they see when they get in there is their news feed. So this is front and center in the app. It's a great place to send all of your reminders and your posts on what's upcoming. So parents make sure they send their kids prepared. And it's also a good spot too, that when you're caught up on reminders, just to post engaging content. So snap a picture of a kid's arts and crafts projects and put it on the newsfeed to highlight something cool that you guys did throughout the course of the day. Things like that. Just a handful of posts a day if you can. Just to show parents, what you guys have going on, all the neat things that you all are doing, and then also make sure to work in all of your reminders and updates on certain things that they need to know. Should go right onto the camp newsfeed. So you're going to notice in all these features that these pages are set up very similar. So they all have filters where you can search and filter your different posts and things that you've put into the app. And otherwise, it just lists it below here in the order that it went in. Each page is going to have an add button. So to do a new newsfeed post, you're going to hit the add button. And then again, all these features are going to have these same filters. So it's always going to want to know which camp you want to send to. And in our example, we just have summer camp set up, and then which camp group you want to send to. Or you can just send it to everybody in that camp, which is the all camp option here that it defaults to. If we do want to send it to a specific group, we just go down to whichever group. In our example, we have weeks of camp. So let's say we want to send something just to week 1. We put in our newsfeed posts, and we always recommend that you put a picture up, just again, so it's more engaging. It grabs their attention, regardless of what the post is. Throw a picture up there, and then submit it. As soon as you hit that submit button, it's gonna go through and it's gonna send that notification to your parent's phone, and they're gonna have access to that information immediately. So you can also use this for last minute things. Let's say you're on a field trip and the bus is running late. You're not going to be at camp for another hour past when you told them you're going to be there. You can hop on your phone through the browser on your phone, sign into your dashboard right here, and put a newsfeed post up that says, you're stuck in traffic, you're running late, and to expect pickup, an hour later. Things like that, and it'll go out immediately. So they get that information right away. They all have it. And then, by the time you get back to camp in that scenario, the parents are there when they need to be. So that those are all the different ways you can use the news feed. And again, we recommend that you post on here, a few times throughout the course of the day. And you can do it here on your computer, on your desktop, or again, signing on through the browser of your phone. If you want to do it, while you're on site at camp or while you're on a trip, things of that nature. As long as you have a good internet connection, you can still get all this information out and to your parents. So the next feature here is our document center. So all your camp documents, you can put some examples here: your parents' handbook, code of conduct, waivers, schedules, all sorts of things. The only rule to this document center is that it has to be a PDF file. So anything you can PDF, you can throw in here, and same thing. You can just hit the add button here. Again, it's going to ask you which camp you want to send to and which group. If you have different documents for different weeks of camp, split it up based on who you want to send that information to, and then you just simply upload the document, make sure it's a PDF, and submit it. And as soon as you do that, the notification will go out, and that document will be made available for the parents, and they'll have access to it, as long as they're with your camp for that program. All right, so we can back out of here and go on to our field trips and events. So on the mobile side of the app, the trips and events are in the same section for the parents to kind of toggle back and forth. So for your camp field trips, again, same screen. Again, it's the similar for all these features where all of your posts are going to be here. You can filter it, if you need to go back and search, and then you can go in and add a new one. So for trips, all the basic information that parents need to make sure their kids come prepared for a field trip. So you're going to want to tell them, where you're going and what time the bus leaves, what to bring, a description of the trip, Again, always upload an image when it asks for an image. It's going to be more attention grabbing within the app. It's going to look a lot nicer. You connect your trip to the Google Map here, so parents know exactly where you're going and what you're doing, and they arrive on time and they know what to bring, and it's all there within the app for them. So if you do field trips, this would probably be something that you put up ahead of time. As your trips are planned. So then when your parents join the app, they see all that information in there. And then as you get closer to each one of those field trips, you can use that news feed to send reminders and whatnot on what they need for the trip and when they need to be there and all that important stuff. All right, so now your camp events are those events that you do at camp or things you want to highlight on the schedule. It could be a talent show, a field day, a guest speaker, things like that that you really want to highlight on your schedules. You can put an event. It could be something that the parents are invited to attend, or they may not be invited. But whatever you want them to see, you can highlight and put it in the description. And it's the same sort of thing as the trip section here, where it's going to want to know what time that event starts, give a description, name it, date it, and then select which camp and which camp group you want to receive that information. Add a picture. Always add the picture so it grabs their attention and it looks nice there within the event section. And then that's there again throughout the course of camp, and parents have access to all that information. And use your newsfeed to help promote it and to send reminders. All right, so going into the picture album. So I mentioned earlier that we get a lot of feedback from camp parents and camp directors as well. And the number one thing that they like to see on the app is pictures. So we always recommend that you put as many pictures up here as possible. Um, Take them throughout the course of the week. If you want to post them daily or post them weekly or however you want to do it, but post as many pictures as you can because that's what the parents love to see. On the mobile side of the app, the picture album is gonna look similar to what you would see on your phone's picture album, where they can just click into it. They see all the thumbnails. They can scroll through them all, find their kids, and then download those pictures right to their phone. Same concept as before. You can post all of your pictures through your computer, which is probably recommended because of speed. Generally, your computers are going to have a better internet connection, better speeds to get those pictures uploaded. I wouldn't recommend you do large picture albums from your phone on site because generally that's going to be a slower connection to upload them. So it's recommended that you take them back to the office, hook it up to your computer, and then upload those pictures. Now, when you're creating your albums, you're going to want to break down your albums as much as possible to help parents find their kids. So you don't want to do like a one single picture album for the entire camp, with hundreds of kids, and put thousands upon thousands and thousands of pictures in it, because it's going to be nearly impossible for those parents to find their kids, and that's what they're looking for. So you can still post different albums to different groups, if you do have groups set up in the system. But you can also break down those albums even further, maybe by a specific counselors group or a bunk if you're an overnight camp, or just an age group, whatever is going to make it easy for those parents to find their kids. That's how you want to break these albums down. So to upload your pictures is a two-step process. The first thing you're going to do is create your album, which we did here, a couple simple fields. You hit the add button and date your album and select which camp and which camp group that album belongs to, and then name it so you know which album's which. And then once you see your album here, two ways you can get to the gallery. This little arrow will take you there, or you have the gallery option here. And this takes us to our picture album, the gallery for this specific picture album. And to add pictures to it, again, same concept. You hit the add button, select which camp, which group it belongs to, and which album it is within that group, and then you upload the images. When you upload images here, you can select as many images as you can highlight, and then select them, submit it, and depending on how many, it may take a few seconds. The more pictures you have, the longer it may take to upload. Again, you're going to want to make sure you have a good internet connection anytime you're uploading pictures anywhere, just for speed purposes. But it'll accept it pretty quick. And as soon as it accepts those pictures, it's going to send out that notification, and it's going to tell your parents, going to hit their phone and tell them that there's more pictures for them to view, and they can click right into that album and see those pictures immediately. All right, so that's how you use the picture album. The number one feedback that we get from parents is we love the pictures, we want to see them. But again, make it easy for parents to navigate and to find those pictures. It's also a good idea to skim your pictures real quick so you don't have, a bunch of duplicates in there, or things that would cause parents to, to kind of waste time while they're shuffling through it. It's always better if you can sit down and do that for them, and then get the ones in there that are really going to be beneficial for them, so they can see how much fun their kids are having within your camp. All right, so next we have video. So this is a new feature in the Camp app, where we can link videos from your YouTube page with it that can be viewed right inside of the app. So you don't necessarily have to have a public YouTube page. You just need to use YouTube to upload your videos, and then you just link them to the app. So, rather than blasting out, links to YouTube videos, or posting them on social media, you share them right within the app, and they're viewed right inside. So to do it again, same concept, hit the add button, and it's as easy as selecting the camp and camp group, like you do on every other feature, and you just paste that YouTube video URL right in the box here and submit it. And as soon as you submit it, it'll send out that notification. It'll let the parents know that there's a new video that they can watch, and they go to that video section and they view it right inside the app. Now, one note here with the YouTube URLs. So there's two ways to get the URL in YouTube. If you're familiar with it, you can just get it by copying pasting right out of the browser, which is the way that you have to do it to make it accept the link. The second way to get a YouTube link is just having it copied directly from your YouTube account. And unfortunately, it sends a shortened link that doesn't get recognized here in our system because it doesn't have the full YouTube URL in it. So our system's looking for that YouTube URL that looks like this here, and it has the word YouTube in it, so on and so forth. This is what you would find by copying, pasting it directly from the browser up here. So if you can get it to spit out this link within your YouTube account, that will work as well. But I just know the shortened version um, that YouTube copies directly from the video that's on your account probably will not work because it doesn't have the YouTube name in it, and that's what the system's looking for. So that's all you have to do is just copy and paste the link, and it's there for the parents and accessible for the duration of the program. All right, so let's look at our camp calendar real quick. Okay, so camp calendar here, when you have field trips and events here in the system, it will automatically post them on your calendar. So let me go back a little bit. So here's last month we had set some things up here in the system, and all these yellow ones are our events. All these blue ones are our field trips. So these are things that were set up in these two sections. They weren't set up on the calendar specifically, but they automatically show up on the calendar for your parents. So on the mobile side, your parents click into the calendar and it's all there. What you can add on top of that is your activity schedule. So quick and easy, you just create an activity in here, And again, same filters. You have your camp and your camp group. Title it, description if you want a description. You can repeat activities if, let's say, the same time every morning you do an outdoor activity for a specific group. You can put that in there and repeat it for the entire week, month, or the entire camp, and it'll show up on all those calendars. So you can put your entire schedule on here. You can put just maybe specific things that you want to highlight. Another way to upload schedules we showed before is in the document center. So if you don't want to put it all on the calendar here, but you do have a calendar schedule, you could just PDF that calendar and put it in the camp documents as well. So a couple different ways you can get your camp activities out to parents, and it just gives you flexibility on kind of what you want to put in there, when you want to put it in there. So the activity that's created will send out a notification as well. So maybe it's something where you have the schedule here in the document center, but then you also want them to receive a notification on it for that week. So when that week rolls around, you put that activity in there, and then they get that, and then they can see it on the calendar as well. So different ways you can do it when it comes to calendars and activities, but at the very least, if you do have trips and events, they will show up on the calendar as well. Okay, so next we have fundraising. So fundraising is optional within the app. Um, it's all outlined in our user guides on how fundraising works. But if you do set it up, your parents will have the ability to donate right through the app. It'll take a credit card and list a transaction history here for you, so you can keep track of fundraising that way. And your camp will receive 96% of all the funds that come in through fundraising, and those 4% just covers transaction fees that we get charged to provide that service. So it's not something that we're making money on, and nor do we want to. We want to make sure that all as much fundraising as possible, that comes through the app goes right back to you all. But it's a way, again, to help you keep track of certain things. It'll leave that paper trail, that transaction history on everybody who donated, and how much they donated, and then we pay out quarterly. So at the end of each quarter, you'll receive a statement and a check directly from us if you decide to use it for fundraising. But again, completely optional. We also have the ability to send messages to the app. So similar to like a text message, it'll go out, and with messages, you can actually go one level further and go to a specific user, so one specific parent. You could send a message, or again, send it to the whole camp, a specific group, or within that group, a specific user, a specific parent here, and it'll let you search that person and send them just a direct message if you would like. And again, you can use this for things that may not necessarily need to be highlighted on the news feed. Say you're talking about payments or refunds, or things of that nature. Might be a good way to send out through a message. You can also copy emails as a secondary way to send out an email. You can put it in the app, copy it in the message, and send it so they get it in their inbox, and they get it through messaging, and they get that notification, and much less likely that they're going to miss things. Okay, so the last function we have is the Contact Us feature, another optional feature here in Contact Us, but this is the only way that parents are able to communicate back to you through the app. So everything that we've showed you so far, it's all outgoing communication. It's to make sure your parents, receive this stuff and they can easily access it. But if they need to reach out to you, it's through Contact Us. You can turn it on or off when you're setting up your camps in the system. If you do have it on, if you get a message, you'll get a notification here within the dashboard up top here, where you see this little bell. That is where it'll show you if you have a new message. You'll also get an email notification. It'll send you automatically when a message lands here in the inbox. When you do get a message in here, you can respond to it right through the app if you would like, and it'll send them a message through the messages here on a response to their question here through Contact Us. Okay, and then the last thing is our resources section. So whether you use the app or not, um, we have a ton of resources in here to help assist your program. All sorts of documents that we update regularly. There's 80 plus documents in here with activity guides, educational content, sample forms, all things of that nature. So check it out if you haven't already. See if there's anything in here you can use. We also have links to the user guide and the support page here on the menu. So if you click support um, right here on our website, thesummercampsource.com, on the support link, this is where you'll find all of our tutorials and user guides, kits to help you maximize your experience for both camps and for parents. So it's a great resource, everything you need to know to use the app, for your next program. Thank you all again for watching, and we hope to see you on the app soon. Thank you.